Welcome back to the CMP podcast.
Itadakimasu.
So we got a bit to talk about. The first thing we kind of want to start off was Gear 5 and One Piece. Let us know if you guys watched it. What were your thoughts? Personally, I was a little bit disappointed that we got a billion flashbacks and obviously the talking for a good third of the episode. But that's kind of just the One Piece pacing. Shout out Toei Animation. I will say that I think next week is going to be crazy because that's the actual full fight. But in terms of the animation itself of Gear 5, Chimbak, you read the manga. Mace, you read the manga?
Yeah, I read the manga.
Mace, you read the manga. What did you think about this interpretation of it?
It was alright. I liked it.
It was pretty good. I liked the constant movement with the animation to show that it's shown later. I don't know. Should we talk about spoilers? Like, I'll put manga spoilers, and I don't know.
Listen, anybody that's watching One Piece has read One Piece. Like, there's no way.
You're right. Yeah, you can't just be watching One Piece. You're crazy if you're just watching One Piece. But it's shown later that the way Luffy becomes Gear 5, it's like his heartbeat's constantly moving, and he has to move in a certain way. So, like, the constant movement was a pretty cool thing that they added. Like, even like the camera movement was constantly moving and all that, or like the ground was moving.
I mean, I love the. I love the way they interpreted the actual like fight itself, and they show that how obviously it just doesn't, when his awakening, it doesn't just affect him or the stuff around him, but also like the things he touches, like Kaido, for instance. I love when he grabbed Kaido. I wish we would have seen a little bit more of his crewmates' reaction to it, like just a little bit more, slightly.
Yeah, I saw Sanji's reaction, and then I was like, all right, where's Zoro? Where's Frankie? Where's...
And bro, it's the only one who matters. He's the only one who...
Like, all right, bro.
I didn't like Nami's thing, because was Nami crying in the manga too? I don't remember.
I think she was crying because she thought Luffy was dead in the thing, so she may have been actually crying. It's kind of hard when it's black and white, for me personally.
And he draws all the girls the same. Like, every female character, it looks exactly the same from Oda.
True.
Thank you, Mo.
Crazy.
the like he was so fluid though. I freaking loved it. I freaking loved how fluid Luffy was. Obviously, the actual fight where he stretched the land to bounce back the fireball.
Kind of whack.
Yeah.
Kind of whack, but whatever.
You didn't like that?
All right.
That's what I always thought Gear 5 would be. I thought it would be called Bounce Room, first of all. And it would be like what Bellamy did. Like both those times where he's just bouncing around. And I was like, yo, that would be pretty cool. And if he uses that with like Gears 2 and Gear 3, he can go way faster and whatnot.
But I mean, he's free to do whatever the hell he wants.
I love Gear 5. Some people don't like it because it's all goofy and all that, but it's like, yo, it's Luffy. Like, he's always serious, but the way he's serious is he's just very, he's always been free.
Yeah, that's literally. What didn't you like about it, Chimp? You didn't like it when he bounced it back? I thought that was a sick animation.
It took years to get all the rock there. Boro breath or whatever it's called. Like, it took, like, it should, the charge up time versus the reflection, it was like too much time.
The charge up time was consistent with him charging it multiple times throughout
that
the
fight.
Show,
was about as unserious as the Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz fight. About as unserious as that fight.
And yet you watched all of it, though.
And yet I watched both.
yeah, we did.
You saw that Jake Paul Nick Diaz fight?
Yeah, it was trash.
We didn't call yesterday.
Oh.
Watch it. I don't know, man. My biggest complaint during his animation was they showed the same thing 4 times with him bouncing back and forth and stuff. Again, the animation is hard to do, and I get it. And the people
No. You had like, I don't. When did the Gear 5 happen in the manga? It happened months ago, right?
Yeah, it was was that March?
It was somewhere around March. Yeah.
So basically, they had so much. They probably knew ahead of time, like before it was even put in the manga about Gear 5. So you had months and months and months to prepare for this, and I don't want to hear any excuses because it's Toei Animation. Listen, you're not Mappa. You're not being overworked like them. You probably are, But
They
I'm just being
They are.
I'm just being a super hater right now. Can I just be a super hater? Let me
No.
just hate.
No,
Let me just
please.
hate.
But we'll hate on your we'll hate on your opinion though, because they literally are. Well, there's no reason One Piece has to be a weekly series at all.
Yes, that is true. Like I don't understand. First of all, you're literally not doing anything. Every week you're literally not doing anything. Like there's nothing of
Preach.
substance. There's nothing of substance in One Piece every week.
Whoa.
Can we
Whoa.
just get like an hour-long episode of One Piece like once a month? Like just
No,
give me
what, an hour-long episode once a month is insane. By the way,
And the
no.
slow-
and just
Attack on
cut out
Titan.
and just cut out all the trash. Cut out every single bit of trash. So about 99% of One Piece is just cut out.
Straight up hating
Ew.
for
No.
no reason.
Oh, anime
Bro.
just stopped. How can they cut out the trash? What?
That's what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. Just stop airing the anime. Just stop airing it and just make it a manga series like exclusive, like, and you'll be fine.
I think
But-
we need to save this energy and apply it to season 2 of the Thorfinn anime we watched, and just cut out all that trash in the first 15 episodes. And I agree with you completely.
That's crazy because
I'm with that too.
Vinland Saga was peak.
If
But
they gave us
I have no
20-minute
enemies though.
episode,
I have
if
no
they-
enemies,
If they
so
give
it
me
is
a
what it is.
20-minute episode and the first 3 minutes is the credits rolling while they're being their slave, and then that fast forwards after the 3 minutes, like Jobless Incarnation, like that. You know how the way they do it, Moet, in Jobless, like they do the little credits, they do the crap we don't want to see, like them walking, and then all that stuff in the actual credits. You know, instead of just having
Jobless
names.
is amazing for that, for having a different intro and outro every single time.
Yeah, that
I don't
pacing.
know. I can't remember about if the outro is different every time, but the intro is different every single time.
I'm
Yeah,
keeping a
'cause-
buck, dude. Like the past like 50 or so episodes of One Piece, like there's been like 3 good scenes. The fight between Luffy and Kaido was pretty trash for the most part. The fight between King and Zoro, that was pretty good. But that was like about 10 minutes of the entire fight was good. And then Queen versus Sanji, about
What?
Ten minutes of that.
What about Robin versus the freaking girl? That was
Oh
a
yeah,
great fight.
the Devil Over Hara thing. That was
Not-
pretty
That was a
cool.
great fight, and the way they ended, that was sick.
not interested.
Okay, I think you're
But
just a
it had to be
super hater.
animated.
I think
Bro,
you're just a super hater.
You need to stop channeling Moet. You know, it's too early in the morning. It's going to ruin your day.
So the other thing, when he turns into Gear 5, they reuse the same animation.
Yeah, that was
before
Yeah.
the fight even started. Like you're just doing the Jordan sign over the moon. Like why do you have to show the moon like 20 different times with Luffy jumping over the moon or jumping around the moon? And then it's just like the same animation over and over again with Luffy before the fight even begins.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I think freaking Moet just ad-libbing in the background. I think that the talking with Horia, whatever,
that was
could have been
awful.
excluded, or at least 2 minutes, or like even 30 seconds a minute, like whatever.
skipped
Like
that whole part.
I fast forwarded through most of that. Like I understand what the significance of it, but I've also heard the significance of it the entire of the Wano arc, so I don't need to know it. Like when it finally happens, like that guy could have been dead last time you had him, and then also the like you said, the little parts were not actually the fight, but the actual fight itself. I love the animation of it when he grabbed Kaido. When he flipped from CGI to this beautiful art, and
Yeah,
got
why
pulled
was
through
it? Why was it CGI, bro? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Bro.
telling you,
They're
they
You're
were-
telling me you
right
want
now.
to draw a dragon every time Kaido's on screen? That would be insane.
And then okay, so then one of my last gripes is why'd they have to show Kaido hitting Luffy again and killing him
Yeah,
as a
that made
flashback?
no
like
sense.
like
Yeah,
what are you
again,
like
these
what are
are-
we doing?
again,
This
these-
episode was just so unserious.
These literal flashbacks, those were literal just to put up time. Like we already know that was super to put up time. But again, I'm talking about the actual fight itself. If that's just clips itself, like the whole, I mean, like Luffy versus Lucci is one of my favorite fights in all of
Sure.
One Piece, right? But that fight is best watched as an AMV on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally as an AMV on YouTube with some Linkin Park going on, right? Because if you actually watch that fight, the everything in between isn't really necessary. But again, One Piece has so many characters; they show all the fights. But like the actual fight itself is beautiful. It's like
I'm
8
just
minutes
saying,
long.
if you have to be carried by AMVs, do you really have a good fight? I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Well, considering you both agreed to both it being one of your favorite fights and also that the AMV is good, I would say yes.
No, the answer is no. I'm a hater.
Okay.
Let's keep it rolling.
But I love that there was discourse over Twitter the entirety of the week going up on Super Saiyan versus Gear 5, which is insane. Like, why are you even making this comparison?
Like you
And
literally can make the comparison.
And they use the Super Saiyan music. It was so freaking funny. Like, it was so freaking funny. I thought that was great. I thought it was poetic. That it actually...
Like the comparison. Like, why are you making the comparison? Because first of all, Super Saiyan is iconic because we have years and years and years to acknowledge how good it was, right?
Yeah.
Like Gear 5, like you can't do it. It's been one day or a couple of months since Gear 5 was in the manga. Like we have to wait like 10 or 15 years before we can really say that is Gear 5 iconic. I mean, it is going to be kind of iconic, but like
it's already iconic, dude.
But
that's what I didn't understand. So when I opened up the chat, the One Piece episode, and I looked at the comments, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be peak animation, peak One Piece. This is peak everything." And I started watching the episode, and I was like, "Well, is this what the peak of One Piece is? Because this is the peak, yo. Y'all been going through it, man. It's been a rough 1,000 episodes."
That's like Maud's first episode, by the way, guys. Just letting you know.
No. I saw the first 100. And then I quit after that because I already knew what the show was about.
Also, I'm looking at the manga real quick. This entire episode was just one chapter, which is
literally.
I hate when Toei does this.
I think that they messed up by hyping up everything. Like if they were gonna do it, you shouldn't hype up Gear 5 in the intro because like they did last time, right? They ended with it. It should have been into the fight, but I get it. You don't want it to just be one fight. Like I'm sure next week's episode is gonna be beautiful, right? They have even bigger animators working on it. That's what they said. And they have like even bigger names working on it. So I'm sure next week's actual fight is going to be great because all the other fights are done. There's no more flashbacks they can do for it. Besides Zoro.
How many more times is One Piece going to cry wolf? You know what I'm saying? How many more? It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, overall,
just wait until the next 1,000 episodes. It'll get better.
I think overall, Wano has been a fine arc. Like if you cut out all the walking and stuff, Wano's been a great arc. The fights have been great.
But that's the thing. You can't have that caveat. Like if you just cut out all the bad parts, One Piece is peak if you cut out all the bad parts. But there's too many bad parts to cut out.
I have a response for you.
Okay.
It's called Naruto.
I don't watch Naruto either.
I think.
Wait. Your response can't be whataboutism.
What do you mean?
You can't say what about Naruto.
I said I have a response for you, Naruto, and I put a period because Naruto is a great show, but there is so much filler. If you take that all out, it's still a great show. I think it's a great show regardless, right? And I actually like filler. I think filler sometimes can be done right, and I've said the same thing about One Piece. There's an arc in there that's literally filler that was great, character development and all that stuff. And Naruto, they have some fun filler, like when he was attacked and grabbed by shadow clones. I thought that was really funny.
I think the difference in the filler in Naruto is that in Naruto it's filler episodes, but when the content comes, it's normally content. In this, they literally gave you some content and then a lot of filler. As far as I can tell, I don't know. I can't. I don't.
Yeah,
really watch
the thing about filler in One Piece is like, in terms of like full episodes, it's like only like 100 episodes of filler, probably even less than that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But like everything else, like it's like 90% or like 80% canon, and then they add like a bunch of extra stuff, which is fine, but also like it's not.
That's the unfortunate thing about making it a weekly series.
Yeah, I feel like I would love for One Piece to be like seasonal for a certain amount of time, but also like I understand like they can't do that. It's like so iconic in Japan that like, if it went on break, people would just be like, yo, we can't do this.
If One Piece was seasonal, it would have to be 100 episode seasons.
Yeah, because there's people who say like, oh, I don't watch anime, but I watch One Piece, which is like insane to me, but also like, yo, I get it.
Yeah. Either way, I'm excited about the rest of the fight next episode because they can't have a flashback of him saying, "Thank you for letting me fight you again." They can't have the flashback of what's-his-face dying because nobody else knows. Nobody else knows except for her, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing the reaction of the other crew members to Luffy, looking up and everything like that. I'm completely fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for the actual fight. I love the sound effects were really fun, right? I thought it was a really fun interpretation of everything, especially because it's supposed to be goofy. It's not supposed to be a super serious thing, even though it's a huge power up. And yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we already know all this fight. Remember when they first introduced Gear Second, which also came out of nowhere? Like legitimately came out of nowhere.
That was so hype. Yeah.
It was sick, and an enemy that he could not defeat, he crushed. The bull guy, whatever his name is.
Bluno.
Yeah, Bluno. Thank you. Even though Frankie crushed him better, in my opinion, but it'd be like that. I'm excited to see it. Like the parts that actually had Gear 5, I thought were great. Like I would love to see things like that. It reminded me of how much I enjoyed Strong World as well. Like during it, I don't know, but obviously this was more fluid and everything from there. But let us know your thoughts. I know some people are gonna say it was mid and everything, which I mean I get. But the actual parts of Gear 5 itself, which is what I was focusing on, were sick. And I was hyped to see it. But another episode or another anime that we very much enjoy and that is also on a break this week, but we have to talk about last week's episode, is Zom 100. Dude, the freaking colors, the way they constantly stay good, I freaking love it. Mo, what you think about the Zom episode, bro?
This was a pretty good episode. Him and his homie hanging out. Thought that was pretty. The fact that they just ride around through the city full of zombies is very interesting.
Nah,
But
dude, it's literally zombie like. Oh, go on, sorry.
nah, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of crazy. But I guess you have to get supplies and shit. So like you have no choice but to go outside. But I don't know. I definitely wouldn't be as open and brazen about it as they are. But the whole thing was very interesting. Them meeting up with more people because, of course, there's more survivors out there, and those people they seemed like they were doing what most people would be doing in this situation. Is just hunkering down and hiding somewhere and hoping for the best. And you see where that got them.
I mean,
Fucked up
it's
anyway.
it's
So
always people that are the problem in zombie stuff. Like obviously, yes, zombies kill you when everybody's panicking and doing that. But once you like calm down, like look at The Walking Dead or everything else, it's rarely zombies that are the problem. It's the people that put you in that situation where the zombies can actually kill you.
that's
So
what
like,
zombies want you to think.
okay, yeah, they're just sitting there planning
Yes.
there, waiting for it. Dude, I thought it was so funny that they're on the roof. Like, I'm like, with the TV out and everything. I was like, guys, what if it rains? Like, everything's gone.
That's what you're worried about. What if it rains in the zombie apocalypse? I was
Yeah.
I was more worried that they had like flying zombies or like zombies jumping off the roof and like trying to land there. I guess it was a pretty high building.
They're on the high. They're on the high building. I think it's interesting too. Like, do they go up there and then go back to their room after? Like, they don't live on the top.
Or that's my room now. Like that's a nice place right there.
I like how
that's more
ridiculous
a hideout.
this anime is. Like he's just talking about like, hey man, I'm gonna get a girl. I'm gonna get a. I can't think of the word. I in my mind I'm just thinking flying waitress,
A flight attendant?
a flight attendant. He's like, I'm gonna get with the flight attendant. I'm gonna have a date with her. And then the first people they meet are 3 flight attendants. Like,
Dude,
all right.
if the flying waitresses turn into zombies, Mace's actual prediction would be correct. Just flying around and doing everything.
Yeah. No, they did turn into zombies though at the end
Yeah,
of the
they did.
episode, both of them.
Bro, can we just have like some etiquette? Can we just have like for everybody watching this? Can we just have some nice little etiquette? Like if you get bit, just like can you just go away?
Yeah.
Like you already know what's gonna happen to you. I'm so tired of the. I'm gonna
Yeah, that
stay
dude
here
was so
just in
good.
case. Like come on, like we've watched enough movies, seen enough shows, you know, been to Florida enough to know that if you get bit,
Tell him about Florida.
just stay away. Florida has leprosy right now. So
I
that's
didn't know that.
that's
Yeah, I know.
yeah, they do. I think they brought it to New York as well. I'm in Connecticut, but I'm pretty sure they brought it to New York as well.
Oh god.
I mean, if there's anything that we learned from this pandemic, is that we would definitely all die in a zombie apocalypse.
Not me.
No, not
True.
me.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, I would die.
Yeah, we're built differently. Okay.
I know Mo would die because he works for Elon, and Elon, even as a zombie, would work him to the bone.
Yep.
That's it.
Yo, Elon would be
No,
like, "Yo, I
I'd
got
stay inside
infinite
and play
work
chess.
supply now."
If your flesh ain't tearing off, he actually has like a union for zombies because they can work forever since they can't die, like get tired or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole thing would be nice. But yeah, no, I thought this was interesting. Like the whole, then they're doing the exact same thing. Dude ends up being nervous, of course. His friend got it in.
Yeah.
His friend ended up getting it
He
in.
got it in though. Sheesh. In the bedroom? They got a bedroom? Like, come on, bro. Save some for the rest of us.
The other guy talking to the girl, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yo,
This is zombie apocalypse. Your boyfriend dead. Like,
yeah, most likely. And I was like, well, I already knew they were
But
going to die.
it's like 3 days though. Like you can't really say like I don't know where he is. It's like 3
But
days, like
also-
maybe.
No, it was
also
way
fuck
more than 3
him.
days.
Nah, fuck that nigga. Yo, come fuck me instead. Yo, the zombie apocalypse. What are you talking about? He'll
Also,
understand. I
so the other
promise.
thing about the ridiculousness of this anime is like normally I would hate stuff like this where like the main character just has this plot armor, but it's like so ridiculous that I'm just like, all right, yeah, I'm with this. Like these guys are just not dead and they're just basically incredibly reckless. Like they're going for a TV and
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're just crazy.
like
Bro,
they
they
just do
need a
whatever they
flat
want.
screen.
he did
You
rugby.
see their TV from before? It was garbage. They needed a good one.
Yeah,
It's-
him
it's-
carrying that, by the way, while running
Yeah.
is hilarious. And then them putting on the motorcycle. I've seen people do that a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I just think it's so funny.
Yeah. And I was like,
This show is ridiculous, man.
But
But it
it's
was good.
but the
He
ridiculousness
added
of
that he
this
wanted to be a stand-up comic. It's like, what's your audience gonna be?
I was
Yeah.
thinking the same
yeah,
thing,
it's like this is so stupid, but I like that it's stupid. Like usually I would hate stuff like this in an anime, but in this particular one I enjoy it.
I feel that.
I like it. This is a pretty good anime.
I would.
Everything progressed pretty nicely. From
I mean, the pacing of it's cool.
yeah,
Pacing of it's cool. I mean, it's gonna be like remember, it's 100 things to do before he dies, before he becomes a zombie. So he's already accepted that he will become one, but he just wants to do whatever. So when you live life without fear,
Mhm.
like a Floridian,
Floridians.
like you can do whatever you want before you eventually become a zombie. I get it, like because it's interesting because like the same logic, the other girl, right, the girl who has everything figured out, she's
Yeah.
like taking the I Am Legend approach to it, you know. She's actually facing, the zombies that can walk, the zombies that can run. Whereas this guy ain't even aware about there's a difference. So he's just doing his thing. So because his ignorance and obviously his main character plot armor is protecting him at this point. I'm sure there'll be some type of dilemma once the fourth character is introduced from the intro/outro, right? Eventually, and they're all like together. I'm sure there'll be some type of dilemma, some type of take my hand when the girl's about to fall off the building. And the first girl, and they look at each other, and like, ha, like, I don't have to go to work today. I'll save you, type of thing. I'm sure that'll happen.
Because I don't have to go to work today, I'll save you
I'll
this
save you.
time.
I'm serious. I'm so serious. I think something like that will actually happen, and the colors will be funny, and this is just a feel good, fun.
Oh yeah, one of
anime.
the most unserious moments in the anime was when he was talking about girls and like there's a zombie girl that just farts and it's like she like farts different colors.
Rainbow. Yeah. They do whatever they want in this anime. It's really funny. I enjoy it. It's something I look forward to every week.
I like another moment that I enjoyed was when he was writing down the list. He's like, "Hey man, if you write it on the list, I have to do it." And he's like, "Hey bro,
Don't touch my list.
it's our list now. Like I'll do it. I'll do what's on your list." Like that was pretty cool.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, they're in it together. We're all. It's like what Zac Efron said.
You mean Big Sean?
No, it was Zac
Is that what I
Efron.
said? I forgot. I bet.
Well, Big Sean was the director. Zac Efron was the one who
Oh,
did it.
okay,
So,
okay.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
The
like honestly,
scriptwriter.
you can say that it was Zac Efron's
Yeah,
song, but from the direction of
Big Sean, of course.
Of
and
course.
produced by Big Sean.
Yeah, I call him Big Zac.
Lil Zach actually.
Hello, yeah.
No, that's their collab name.
Lil Uzak. Lil Uziak.
Sounds like cardiac.
Cardiac arrest. Cardiac B.
Arrest.
Cardiac B. Playboy Cardiac.
I like this game of Mad Libs that we got going on right now.
I'm looking forward to Zom next week. I'm sad we don't have one this week. I'm really sad. It's nice, but I understand they all need a break. They've been what they've been doing.
Hey man, you know, One Piece can learn a thing or two about these breaks. You know what I'm saying? One Piece can learn a thing about it.
They did take breaks. That's how we got the episode, the part of Gear 5 actually looking like that.
That is true. They take breaks when they drop the episodes. They take breaks in the episode.
Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you taking breaks in the actual episode? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Oh man, that's good. Mo, you said you had something new you wanted to do because so guys, we were going to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, but Mo hasn't seen the episode yet, and you watched it during this time?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Then take it away, bro. What happened in this episode?
This episode, I mean, it kind of was a recap because this is stuff. This it's just the beginning of Ghetto's change, and him reiterating kind of the stuff that he said before. I didn't know there is new information. I didn't know that the blonde hair lady pushed him into this crazy way of thinking that he had.
Kill people or not?
Yeah, the same blonde lady that influenced the big muscle dude.
Yeah, Toto.
Yeah, Toto in the current season. So she's pretty influential in, it seems like, negative ways for the most part, but that is what
I don't think it's intentional. I think that's just the way that she is.
Yeah,
like, I don't think she's like, hey man, let's just do bad things. But like she's just
saying if that's your prerogative, go do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. But also, I need you to help me.
I can understand where you think like it's a like a recap episode, but like I absolutely just love this episode. It was like so beautiful. You can see like the last episode we saw that there was like a little bit of rift between Gojo and Geto, but in this episode, like this is where he snaps. Like there's two major scenes when
which is very funny though, right? Not to cut. I don't want to cut off because I want you to continue that, but it's really funny, right? Because in the last episode, he's the one saying don't kill them, right? Yeah. And then to what it becomes, okay, go on.
Yeah, like that's like you can see the perspective shift. Like it's so sick. He says, "What is the point? What's the matter in killing them?" He's like, "There is a point. Like we have to have that distinction. Like there is a reason for killing, and we need to have that. Otherwise, like, what's the point of being Jujutsu sorcerers?" And now he's like, "All right, the point of being a Jujutsu sorcerer is to kill everybody." At the end of his like mindset, right?
I like that she said, "There's two doors, but you don't got to walk through them now. Right now, you're just eating dinner. You're eating dinner. You don't got to leave yet. You know, you just sit right here, take your time before you go." I also love that he went from like tired, exhausted to like alive. Like feeling like himself again, or not himself again, seeing like whatever version of himself that he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he watched like the full season of Zom. He watched the Zom movie on Netflix.
Oh, we have to watch that.
Also, like one of the most beautiful things, like I was rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen season 1, right? And for some reason, Crunchyroll does this cringe thing of having season 2, episode 1 be season 1, episode 25.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, what is this? This is cringe. Like, why is this part of season 1? But the beginning of this season, he starts with mentioning how curses are disgusting. Like he has to eat them. Like how unbelievably disgusting the flavors are of curses. Yeah. And like he's the only one that understands that because he's the only one that eats curses. He said no one else understands what cursed spirits taste like. And then the end of this episode, it's reiterated because he talks about it redoes that dialogue, but his entire perspective shifts, and I absolutely love that.
Well, also because his friend dies. That's what like was the tipping point for him.
His friend dies, and I think the other thing was there was like three events that like changed his life forever. The girl dying, the star plasma vessel, his boy dying, the guy,
the kids in cages.
Yeah, and then the kids in cages, and it's just like all that. Just like, all right, there's no point in like cages. The two girls. Yeah, did you watch the movie?
Oh, the kids in cages.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, we talking about the Trump administration? What's going on here? All right, keep going. My fault.
That's fine.
I remember now the kids in cages. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like Geto is like one of the most well-written characters I've seen in a while. Like I feel like he's on par with Zuko, but it's like the complete opposite of Zuko. He goes in a downward spiral.
I think we also have to mention like the fact that Gojo was doing things alone and like progressing so quickly, like even more quickly than before. That kind of changed him too. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't have his friend there with him.
yeah.
on
Gojo's
mission.
doing all these missions all alone, and and it's like your boy is all alone. Like he's being depressed, and if you were there for him, if Gojo was there for him, he probably wouldn't have turned out this way. But it's
I mean,
like,
Gojo's busy becoming One Punch
Maybe.
Man.
yeah,
like-
he has to, like Gojo. He knows that he has to do this because he doesn't want another episode of him not being able to save that girl anymore.
Yeah, I think that really just like digs into his like maybe it's an inferiority complex with the whole like, are you the strongest because you're Gojo's, or are you Gojo because you're the strongest? Where he's constantly thinking to himself like, if I was Gojo in this scenario, I would have been able to beat Toji.
Toji, yeah.
Yeah. Or like in other scenarios where I could like fulfill my plan of having everyone be a not Jujutsu Kaisen, but a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Do not have everyone be a Jujutsu sorcerer. Kill everyone that's not a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Well, no, that was the other option. He was like, okay, well, that one's easy.
Yeah, it's way easier that way.
Imagine trying to teach everybody magic. Like,
Yeah, it's too much work.
I already
Just
try. I try every
kill
day to
those-
move things with my hands. Doesn't work.
Yeah, that is crazy that Joey mentions that all the time.
Yeah, I do. I really do. You ever just sit down and be like, "Yo, come here."
No.
Doesn't work. But
Every
the one
once
day
in a
when
while.
but the one day when it does, oh,
Oh,
Yep, that's why I do it.
Over.
Just for that one day, it might happen.
One of the
Right.
most beautiful things though, like there was two parts where like rain was dropping down, he was taking a shower, and like there was also rain, and the rain was like, okay, it's either rain or it's the clapping sound from the last episode of the priest clapping. I was like,
Mm.
man, that is so beautiful. Like the way that the sound is reinforced through the rain, it's so beautiful.
I like how he told the village, "You want to take this outside? Let's take this outside real quick," and then just got rid of absolutely everybody. Like legitimately got rid of it. I love that he also met up with his friend. He met up with his friend casually, or like they were there and like, "Oh, what's up? So you actually doing this? All right, yo, Gojo, he's here." No, I'm not
Oh,
gonna fight him.
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna fight him. Are you crazy?
well, live, yeah.
Oh, also the scene in wherever they were, it kind of looks like Shin whatever the hell it's called.
Shinjuku.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
They literally
Were
said
there-
the city's name in the episode.
Was it Shinjuku actually?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Because
Yeah.
I don't know that from this one. I didn't pay attention to that. I would just say that I'm just watching this and I'm like, damn, y'all so far away. How y'all hear each other? Like, that's what I'm actually thinking in this part of the movie. Like, I like that they were talking to each other from that far away, but I'm like, yo, how are y'all hearing each other? You are not shouting. You're just barely talking. Ghetto is
That
even.
makes sense for
Walking by, they
Gojo.
don't care at all.
Yeah, but
No,
Ghetto
Gojo makes
isn't.
sense.
But how is Ghetto hearing it? And Ghetto's also talking the opposite way. Like, your voice travels where you're facing.
Ghetto just has like a different like a curse in the background that he's just like using to hear him.
they're just
All the
like
time.
they just casually act like they're like not putting in any effort to like listening to each other, but meanwhile in the background
yeah, it's
they're
like,
they're trying as hard as possible to just talk to each other.
I silenced the curse energy around everybody
Yeah,
traveling
yeah,
to this little line to
Yeah.
be able to hear you.
You know what's the most unrealistic part though in this entire like series is that like when Gojo like does that little hand movement like he's ready to fight, no one even flinches around him, and no
Yeah,
one's like,
literally.
no one looks at him. It's like, yo, there's a weirdo on the fucking street.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, literally.
I mean, Gojo is a big weirdo.
I do
That's
like
true.
though that this kind of drove him to find the kid, which I didn't even realize that kid was the other guy, like at all. But maybe because it's been so long since I watched season 1.
What kid?
It's
Oh,
His
his
son,
son.
his
Yeah.
son being
Yeah.
the guy from season 1. I
Yeah.
didn't even
Oh,
realize that.
Megumi, yeah. Yeah, there's that scene where he was like, yo, I killed your father, but he was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
have no
I
interest
like
in
that
what he's
because I
doing.
asked that question last week and like it's finally answered.
Yeah.
Like, does he know his dad's dead? And he's like he kind of knows, but he doesn't know.
And
I'm
now,
gonna go back to when the girl met up with Geto to tell Gojo, like she's the doctor, and I really like the fact that she doesn't really care about how Geto has turned
No.
basically evil.
No, she's not the doctor. She's a doctor. The doctor is Joey.
no, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I mean, she did care. She literally asked, "Is it true?" And then why do you do it? And she's like, "Okay."
No, what I mean is like her expression didn't change, and it's like similar to like people who are
Medical field.
yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like you see all this blood and everything, and you become desensitized to everything.
Yeah, doctor, he's
Mhm.
dying. Nurse,
It-
pass me my phone, please.
Yeah,
Type of thing. I get it.
See this shit every day, you know.
And
Yeah,
then she
like-
says, "This sounds pretty childish." Hey, Gojo, he's here. And then she literally said, "Hell, you wanna?" Gojo said on the phone, "Are you gonna take him on? Like, put him down?" It's like, "No, I don't want to get killed. Doesn't mind."
Yeah.
This is just why I called you.
and everyone's saying the next arc is like peak.
Well, we'll know in a month, right?
Yeah, but all I'm saying is like this arc, these past 6 episodes were peak to me. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start reading the manga. I don't know if I should though.
Originally in the beginning, I didn't really care about like their past and stuff,
Yeah,
and I'd still would be okay with this being like 3-4 episodes than 6. But it won me over. It won me over.
Yeah.
I like that at the end he woke up from sleeping because this is all a dream of him recapping it.
yeah.
Was it
Basically.
6 or 5 episodes?
It might have been 6. It might have been 5.
I think it might have been 5.
It was 5.
Yeah, it was 5.
Okay, tough guys.
I think because that okay, so I started reading Jujutsu Kaisen like maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, and this was like the arc that lost me. And I think the biggest issue was that I didn't know this was a flashback until I started watching the season. So like I was like, "Yo, what the hell's happening right now?" I'm like completely lost. But
That's
after
crazy.
this, I've changed my opinion of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
So when you were reading the manga, you weren't actually reading it?
I was, but it was very
I mean-
confusing.
I mean, if it starts with a flashback and it doesn't tell you it's a flashback, you're gonna be like, "Wait a second, what happened to the characters I was just reading last week?"
Well, this is a guy that enjoys One Piece. Don't worry about it. You know.
I have to have multiple rewatches to understand the story. Okay.
I'm just
I
saying.
feel you. I feel you.
Probably he probably enjoys Neon Genesis too. Come on, man. Come on.
I'll get the joke, but I'll laugh with you.
So, Mo, one last thing to talk about. Can we talk about why these guys refuse to watch Jobless Reincarnation?
I have no clue. I honestly have no clue because I might even go out on a ledge.
Whoa!
say
Calm down. Don't
it's-
even say what you saw. If slime comes out of your mouth,
No, I might go on a ledge and say it's better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
oh, okay, you can say that. That's fine.
I think it's better.
So the biggest problem with Jobless is the fact that he's a 35-year-old man and some of the stuff he thinks, right? But that's him in a different world, right? That's not him where he actually is right now.
Yeah,
Like the actual character development stuff is sick. I'm glad about the pacing of this season. I'm very happy about how it's going.
I'm more than happy. I'm looking forward to every episode of Jobless. I watch it as soon as it drops.
When does it drop? What day?
Today's.
Okay. You said
Yeah.
did you say today or Tuesday?
Today's. No,
In
I said today's.
okay, I thought you said Tuesday, like a wild accent. I was like, bro, that's not an accent you use. That's crazy.
Or last today. Yeah,
That's-
I think Jobless is I don't know, every episode is it's every episode feels like it has meaning to it. Every episode feels like there's something going on. I understand people not being the biggest fan of the dude being like old and then like in a young, but it's an isekai, so like that's just part of it. Like he's gonna be if he still has part of his self from his old past. All the isekais have that, so
He still has this. He still has his main problem as well. Like he finally met up with the dude as well. Like he still is holding those issues in, and we saw that with his interaction with the other girl.
you talking
But,
about his ED?
Well, yeah, that, but also just like in general, like he's still like sad about the crap. I mean, obviously, yeah, that's
Yeah,
literally why.
I just think once he links up with waiting for him to link up with Sylphie, I
He'll
figured
be
that'll
good.
yeah, that's what I figured that'll cure him a little bit.
Like the
But-
Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Sylveon.
Yes,
She's
sir.
basically she's not a fairy. She's an elf, but
Or Kieran Black.
no, I don't think it's. I think she's less like Kieran Black. She's more like a Gardevoir. Maybe
No,
a Glade.
Moet. So here's the thing. Moet said Karam, like Karam.
Oh, ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a bar. It was a bar by Big Sean, but didn't want to
was
let that
hard.
opportunity. Didn't want to let that one slip.
Hold on a second.
Let the audience know.
Okay.
Cure
Chin pack for nothing.
Big Sean.
Don't call out chin back for nothing.
I just don't know the reason why they call him that.
But it's for nothing. Thank you.
No, it's not for nothing.
It's based on the game. You never saw the game Chimpact?
yeah, Chip Pack 1.
Yeah, Chuck's first adventure.
Yep.
Oh, you played that game?
Yeah, Chimpact
Yeah.
1, Chuck's first adventure.
Yeah, all the time. Love it.
And he even looks like Chimpact when he was younger.
Yep.
Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy.
Does he? Let me see.
It's just smile. It's just smiling. It's just a smiling image. You don't think about like
I want you to post a monkey.
That's me.
yeah.
That's me.
that actually is Chimpact. It's player 2. Chimpact 1 is Chimpact.
That is Chimpact.
We just want to mention that there will be no Jujutsu Kaisen discussed until the end of the month.
Yep, because we're not watching recaps and talking about recaps of the season.
So, Zamog, that's a player. That's a Pokemon player.
But
Zom 100, it will be discussed probably unless there's a break. I guess One Piece like 2. I guess like if you want.
But we will
we're
have
not talking
things.
about
We
One
will have
Piece.
things as well. We will have things.
Yeah,
as well.
well,
We're definitely going to talk about next week's episode of One Piece. That's the actual fight. We got to.
Yeah, the boy who cried wolf. Yeah. It gets better.
Chimpact's such a hater, but every week he runs to his phone to read One Piece for like
I
the
do.
past 10, 15 years.
I do.
He is the biggest hater, but he has been consistently consumed. You know what they call that, Chimp? That's not hate. Hate reading at that point for 10 plus
love.
years is called love.
Yeah, you love that shit.
That's love.
Me, I got real hate over here.
When he sees Oda has a cold, Chimpact is in the shower like Ghetto. He's in the shower like Ghetto, contemplating everything.
Just sitting there.
Oh, this man's like in the kitchen. He's running to make some soup for my boy.
He's like, I'll send it to Japan
yeah.
right now.
Now that might go.
Also, by 10 years, I mean longer, because this is One Piece. But anyway, appreciate everybody listening. Leave a like, sub, follow Chimpact on Jeopardy. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.